some background. I posted an On This Day video talking about the unaliving of a man. Was it near Nashville? I think maybe near Nashville. He was standing along I-65, and a cop came to check on him, and he produced a box knife, and then like 8 other cops showed up to assist, and then there was a 30-minute standoff, and then he took a vape pen out of his pocket, and these 8 officers unloaded 33 bullets at him, only hit him 9 times, and 5 of those went into his back. And somebody had claimed that he charged the officers with the box knife, and he didn't. He didn't. Somebody claimed that he took a weapon out of his pants. He didn't. It was a vape pen. Anyway, I made a video talking about all of this and how we need in the United States of America to relook at policing. That obviously what we're doing isn't working, right? The way we recruit people isn't working because we get some of the worst scumbags you can possibly imagine that sign up for the police force. They don't have the temperament, they don't have the intelligence, and then we don't train them properly, and then they're out there just reacting to situations and killing people. This guy says of those opinions, I implore you to go do what they do. Imagine it was a firearm and they just let themselves get shot. When someone produces a weapon and then reaches for an object, it's likely to, and I forget what he says here, but I'll show you his words here in a minute. Before we get into the rest of his words and the sweet irony of a comment, just a few comments above his, let me just say this. You said, imagine if it was a weapon. It wasn't. Now, people will go, well, you got to make that decision in a split second. And I have justified officers in certain scenarios where somebody was being aggressive towards them and them not knowing what was in their hands or in their pants pockets. I've justified officers making a split decision and firing on people. Having said that, this was a situation where they were involved in a 30-minute standoff. This guy wasn't coming towards them, wasn't charging them, and with all due respect, if you have been tasked with guarding and protecting and serving the community, the society as a whole, and you can't tell the difference between a weapon and a vape pen, then you have no fucking business carrying a badge. Period. Having said that, let's get into what the rest of this person said. He started out by saying, you just like to complain online. Bottom line, go do something about it, old man. I am. I'm bringing to attention the fact that these fucking cops have no fucking business serving their fucking community. Then you went on to the comment that I replied to. I implore you to go do what they do. Imagine it was a firearm and they just let themselves get shot. When someone produces a weapon and then reaches for an object, it's likely to assume it's another, I think he meant to say weapon. And then down here he said, when an officer asks me if I have any weapons, I say, yes, sir, and tell him where my firearm is located. What is your point here? Dumb decisions got him where he is. He was having a mental episode. And that's the point. The police in this country are not properly trained on how to deal with somebody having a mental episode. It wasn't a dumb decision. It was a mental episode he was going through. How do you not fucking see that? He wasn't in his, I know that right mind isn't the term that they use anymore, but he wasn't in his right mind. He was making a decision while having a mental episode, and the officers who are tasked with protecting and serving our community could not recognize that. That's the fucking problem. But what I love best about this is you want to talk about go do what they do. So first and foremost, I got to go take a cop's job in order to get a cop to do their job properly? That's not how that should work. I shouldn't have to go do your fucking job for you, officers. But what I really love about it is this. Just 3 comments above his is this gentleman. As a retired officer, I can tell you they didn't do nearly enough to resolve that issue and de-escalate the situation. 13 years on the force, I dealt with a lot of EDPs and never pulled my gun. That's the point. Those officers did not know how to properly recognize somebody dealing with a mental issue, a mental episode. And they overreacted and they killed an American citizen. Sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up.